In the dense forest of Central Africa, something deadly was waiting. Not a predator, not a war, not a natural disaster, something invisible. A virus so terrifying that it would make even the bravest doctors afraid to touch their patients. This is the story of Ebola, a disease so deadly that entire villages watched their loved ones fall sick and die within days. And for decades, humanity had no way to stop it. The world first encountered Ebola in 1976, deep inside what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. People began developing a mysterious illness. It started like a flu, a fever, headaches, muscle pain, nothing unusual. But then came the nightmare. Victims began vomiting uncontrollably. Severe diarrhea drained their bodies. Internal organs started failing. And in some of the worst cases, blood leaked from eyes, nose, mouth, and other parts of the body. Doctors had never seen anything like it. No one knew what was causing it. No one knew how to stop it. The virus was eventually named after the nearby Ebola River, and a new nightmare entered human history. What made Ebola so terrifying wasn't just how deadly it was how quickly it could destroy entire communities. The scientists believe the virus usually lives inside fruit bats. For thousands of years, it remained hidden deep within African forests. But as humans expanded into these regions, hunting wildlife and clearing forests, contact became inevitable. Once Ebola jumps from an animal to a human, the chain reaction begins. The virus spreads through bodily fluids. Blood, sweat, saliva, vomit, even touching the body of someone who has died from Ebola can be enough to become infected. In regions where family members traditionally wash and prepare the bodies of loved ones before burial, the virus found the perfect opportunity to spread. Entire families became infected. Entire villages were devastated. For years, outbreaks appeared and disappeared across Africa, Uganda, Sudan, Gabon, the Congo. Each outbreak brought fear. Each outbreak left behind graves. But nothing could prepare the world for what happened in 2014. That year, Ebola escaped the remote forests and entered densely populated cities in West Africa. The virus spread through Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Hospitals overflowed. Doctors worked around the clock. Many healthcare workers became infected while trying to save others. Panic spread almost as fast as the virus itself. Rumors exploded. Conspiracy theories flourished. Fear overwhelmed entire communities. By the time the outbreak was finally brought under control, more than 11,000 people had died. It was the largest Ebola epidemic in history. And the world realized something terrifying. If a virus this deadly ever became easier to spread, the consequences could be catastrophic. But amid the tragedy, something remarkable was happening. Scientists around the world were racing against time. For decades, Ebola had been considered too rare to justify major investment. Now, everything has changed. Researchers accelerated vaccine development, experimental treatments were tested, doctors gathered data from every outbreak, and finally, after years of effort, humanity achieved a breakthrough, an effective Ebola vaccine. For the first time in history, there was a way to fight back. When new outbreaks appeared, vaccination teams could respond immediately. Thousands of lives were saved. What was once almost a death sentence became a disease that could be treated and contained. Today, Ebola still exists. The virus hasn't disappeared. It remains hidden in animal populations, waiting for opportunities to emerge. But unlike in 1976, humanity is no longer defenseless. We have vaccines, we have treatments, and we understand how it spreads, and we know how to stop it. Yet, Ebola leaves behind an important lesson. The greatest danger wasn't just the virus itself, it was weak healthcare systems, poverty, misinformation, and a world that often ignored outbreaks until they became impossible to ignore. Because somewhere out there, deep inside a forest, another unknown virus may already exist, waiting. And when it emerges, the question won't be whether nature can surprise us again. The question will be whether we have learned enough from Ebola to be ready before the next nightmare begins.